Today, from SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, it's Week 16 of the NFL on EA Sports. Justin Herbert and the Los Angeles Chargers versus Ryan Fitzpatrick and the Denver Broncos.
Southern California has a new modern home for NFL football, and it is this place, wondrous SoFi Stadium here in Inglewood. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, Week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the Denver Broncos and the Los Angeles Chargers. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Chargers offense set to go to work. Leading that offense, the rookie from Oregon who was drafted number 6 overall, Justin Herbert.
Justin Herbert had a tremendous career at the University of Oregon, ended up winning the Campbell Trophy, which was the academic Heisman, won a lot of football games, including the Rose Bowl and the Pac-12 championship, 32 touchdown passes last year. But the reason he really got himself solidified as the first-round pick for the Chargers, a terrific Senior Bowl week. Was the MVP of the game, but I thought he was the MVP of the week the way he interacted with his teammates and opposing players, and everyone got to see his leadership on display.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards there and a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
They'll break the huddle and come out with 4 receivers, 3 of them to the right side, 2nd and 7. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks. Eckler, of course, the Chargers' #1 running back this year now that Melvin Gordon is on the opposite sideline with the Broncos. But even with those 2 backs, the Chargers 28th in the NFL in rushing in 2019. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
A gain there of 21 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory. Down at the 33. They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Now Eckler might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands. what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Oh, look at the juke. And out of bounds right around the 20. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did. Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot in the end zone. Because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot in the end zone early in the down and distance count. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up second and goal. Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early. Trying to punch it in with Eckler, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. The ball mere inches from the white line on third and goal. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. Draymond Jones in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it will be 4th down. A week ago, they dominated in the trenches. They got in the backfield for 5 sacks, setting the tone there, one on the opening drive. And it sets the tone for the opposing team, doesn't it? Remember when you were a kid and you went to the theater and saw that horror movie that stuck with you for a while and you were a little bit jumpy? Well, if you saw 5 sacks the previous week and you're the quarterback, he might be a little jumpy as well. Might throw off his timing. Yeah, it'd be jumpy, but sorry, Bob and Linda wouldn't let me see a PG movie until I was 17. Well, that's just good parenting. After the made field goal, Badgley back out there for the kickoff. Taken in at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
Now a carry for the former first-round pick of the Chargers. It's Melvin Gordon. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
At the 32-yard line.
The number a week ago for Melvin Gordon. 14 carries, 64 yards.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
Well, for Melvin Gordon, he's certainly up for this one. He's going to get a chance at least twice a year to take on his former teammates as he spent 5 years in a Charger uniform, but now he'll be doing his work against his old mates. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Chargers 3, Broncos 0.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the delayed handoff, this is Gordon. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Behind the chains, 2nd and 13. They'll try to throw here, Fitzpatrick. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. 3rd and long for Ryan Fitzpatrick. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
So 1 first down on that drive, and that's it. Forced to take the deep shot on 3rd down and couldn't hit it. Now they have to punt this one away.
So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Austin Eckler and the Charger offense reclaims center stage. And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Could do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking.
Herbert has it knocked free. But a Chargers player was able to fall on it, and they'll keep possession. We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover.
Then you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure at him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up. He was fortunate there. Luck was on his side, able to recover that fumble.
Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. Running on 1st down, Eckler. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Johnson was the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one, wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
He gets it left side to Johnson. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. Here is Eckler. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 36. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another 1st. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler, fighting his way down. Down to about the 35-yard line. This, of course, a division game, but Charger head coach Anthony Lynn, no stranger to the Bronco organization. He spent 4 of his 6 seasons as a player in a Bronco uniform, and in fact, he has 2 Super Bowl rings to prove it from 1997 and 98. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Boy, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there. Back to throw here, Herbert, escaping the pressure right. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead.
I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Michael Badgley on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run.
To kick off for the Chargers.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles.
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Melvin Ingram make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Another try after the first down sack. Fitzpatrick. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Intercepted. The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. He was looking for the Pro Bowl wideout Keenan Allen there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. This is Johnson. He's got it. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. Herbert on 1st down now. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on. That'll be complete to Cook. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
A 2-yard pickup makes
the final shot before the break for Herbert. Steps away to his left. And that is incomplete. So we have reached halftime with our score 10-0. As we send you to Orlando, due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter.
Michael Badgley to kick off for the Chargers.
It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this 2nd half as they trail, and we are back underway. This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to get this out to the 25.
1st and 10. At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or do they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
45-yard punt, 4 there on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. Going on the ground with Eckler. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
Another Chargers.
Here's Herbert. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. They'll run here with Eckler. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
13. Broncos, nothing.
So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
Their own 25-yard line.
Denver's offense ready to go again. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Fitzpatrick. He's going to drop this one down to Gordon. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Austin Eckler and the Charger offense reclaim center stage. So officially now a 1,000-yard campaign for him, but I don't think he's going to take his foot off the gas pedal.
Yeah,
he rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Delano Hill. And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
McManus's point after is good, and it's now 13-7. Johnson now returning. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
Right now, let's rock, baby.
The Charger drive about to get going. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down.
Third down and 4.
From the gun, Herbert on third down. And he finds Cook. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a first down. On the ground, it's Eckler. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. It's Eckler again. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
3rd and 2, Herbert. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first. On first down, Justin Herbert throwing the out route incomplete. It's Williams. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
First and 10.
1 quarter remains here in Week 16. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on first and 10. A handoff, it's Eckler, and he'll get this one down to about the 27. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
Now it's Herbert.
7-yard line.
And brought in by the tight end Cook. 12 yards there and a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Justin Herbert, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead. We've seen this already from him in this game. 2nd time he's into the end zone with a rushing touchdown.
So the head coach is going to have a meeting with the owner this week. You know why? He's got to let the owner know, I know you wrote the check for his arm, but we're going to make him a part of our running game too. This guy can do it all. Let's see where he takes us.
Only had a couple of yards to gain there on the 2-point conversion, and they were able to do it.
And how many teams shy away from running the football in the 2-point conversion? They treat 2 yards as if it were 20. If you're a good team running the ball, go to your strength. Go ahead and push it into the end zone.
Yeah, they did. It worked. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
On first and 10, Fitzpatrick. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
To number 83.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
That's going to be caught by Judy. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Fitzpatrick throwing complete. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 19. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Here's Gordon. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Then he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
He'll get this one to Patrick. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. 1st and goal, Melvin Gordon. And the Broncos are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as good running gets them down to about the 4-yard line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. From the shotgun, it's Fitzpatrick. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. Desperation time. Fitzpatrick on 4th down. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right. And if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now Herbert. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Charles, thinking back to what you said in the first quarter, that part of the magic elixir for a road victory for these underdogs was going to be winning the turnover battle. Well, they only have 1 right now. Look at the scoreboard.
Yeah, not exactly playing to the form that I subscribed, right? When you talk about winning that turnover battle, that evens things out, especially for a road team, especially for a team that's an underdog.
A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Fitzpatrick set to lead this offense. Down 21-14, a minute 24 to go. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
That's complete. Okuebunam.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Now throwing on 1st down and completing it. 6 yards on the pickup, and it's a second down. Fitzpatrick able to get this to Gordon. And now running right through him. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 12 yards there and a first down.
And the Broncos first down.
And this is caught at the 8. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there, a 22. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on first and goal. This is caught. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. Wow.
The extra point.
CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone.
And the 25-yard line. The Chargers take over first and 10.
L.A. readies for its next possession. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. Flush to his right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So that one will be accepted. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Herbert now to throw. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Herbert. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Incomplete. It leads to...
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now it's Herbert. And incomplete on the deep ball. 4 quarters not enough. We're all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun is this for everyone?
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick 6 or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Fielded in the end zone. And they will play it safe here and bring this one out to the 25. So the Broncos come back out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use Fortnite.
Hey, you're impressed, aren't
Yeah, I
you?
am impressed.
Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Kenneth Murray brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Out quickly to Judy. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, And now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
And this is going to be incomplete. The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
L.A. set to take over again on offense. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Part 1 is done, now part 2.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. And that's going to be good for a Chargers first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Now Herbert with his first throw at OT. Looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 44-yard line. On the give, this is Eckler. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. On the tackle that time, Shelby Harris.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. This is a big spot for a rookie QB, and overtime's kind of where you earn your stripes, isn't it?
It really is, and we've talked with enough coaches and players about how these youngsters are getting into the game and playing at such a high level so early. But overtime, that's an entirely different animal, and he's handling it well.
He's starting to put together a nice drive. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A. Here's Herbert. Flushed out right. Now he'll pull it down. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and a game winner in OT. Well, that was something to behold there. You might expect runs like that from a kick returner or wide receiver, but that's your quarterback hitting top speed.
And normally when you see guys moving this fast, it might be a fly pattern from a receiver or a toss sweep from a tailback or something like that. This was designed as a passing play, and then he got out of the pocket, and he just took off, and he just kept gaining momentum with every step.
And his top speed, as computed by NextGen Stats, not bad. He was pushing 20 miles an hour. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make